Hello and welcome to Into Viet Nam on VITV. The consequences of the pandemic seem to no longer haunt the domestic retail industry, as sales of consumer goods and services continuously record stellar growth.
According to the data published by the General Statistics Office, Vietnam's total retail sales of consumer goods and services in the first 7 months of the year increased by 16% over the same period last year, reaching more than $139 billion. Walmart, in the first half of this year, achieved revenues of more than $608 million, an increase of nearly 6% compared to the same period last year. Bách Hóa Xanh is also one of the domestic brands holding the largest market share in the retail sector. By the end of July, it had 1,735 stores, and revenues in the first 7 months of 2022 reached $660 million, down 40% compared to the same period last year. The result of a global consumer insight survey conducted by PwC in 25 countries and territories, including Vietnam, in July, show that more than 75% of consumers are expected to continue to maintain or increase spending in the next 6 months despite high inflation.
Total turnover of export enjoying preferential tariffs from free trade agreements in 2021 was estimated to attain $69.8 billion, accounting for 32.66% of the export value to Vietnam FTA partners.
During the 2021-2022 period, Vietnam's trade with the rest of the world increased by 2.7 times from $203.6 billion in 2011 to $545.3 billion in 2020. Remarkably, in 2021, when the country was dealing largely with the consequences of COVID-19, the country's trade value set a record of $668.5 billion. In the first 7 months of 2022, the nation's export and import values reached $216.35 billion and $215.59 billion, witnessing the respective growth rates of 16.1% and 30.6%.
Please keep watching the news clutters.
Overseas shipment within the first 7 months of 2022 earned more than $14 billion for leather and footwear sector, an annual increase of 13%. During the period, the export revenue of the products from North America and the European Union grew by 24% and 17.5% respectively. The export value also saw good recovery in market signing a free trade agreement with Vietnam. For example, an 18.2% increase in export to Vietnam European FTA members and a 10.5% rise in CPTPP members market. According to data from the General Department of Vietnam Customs, as many countries in the world have limited food exports to guarantee domestic food security, rice, a staple in most of Asia, is forecast to witness surging prices in the time ahead, which is said to be a chance for Vietnam, one of the world's largest rice exporters. In the first 5 months of 2022, nearly 2.77 million tons of new rice, worth over $1.35 billion, were shipped abroad, rising 6.6% in volume, but declining 4% in value year-on-year. Vietnam is believed to have much room for exporting coffee to Japan, whose hot coffee market is forecast to grow 4.2% during 2020 to 2025. Notably, a surge was recorded in the sale of processed coffee to Japan by 63.6% to $16.3 million. Global Data, a London-based data analytic company, predicted Japan's hot coffee market will expand by 4.2% during 2020 to 2025.
Welcome back to Into Viet Nam on VITV. Russian firms expect to expand in Vietnam. ACV6 to expand terminal at Con Đảo Airport. Bến Thành Suối Tiên Metro extension proposed. That's Into Viet Nam on VITV. Thank you for watching. Goodbye and see you next time.